Although we've had a lot of fun here, we're ready for a different change of pace. So we've decided to go down to Koh Phayam, which we've heard is a very relaxed island. We haven't found a lot of information on the internet, so we thought we'd make this video to help out anybody else who might want to travel to this island in the future. We found cheap flights that are going to take us all the way down to Ranong, and then from there we're hoping that we can find the pier that will take us to the island. So follow along, and hopefully you guys can learn something from us.
So first thing you're going to do is say goodbye to the weird hotel you stayed in just because of the location and get yourself a grab to the airport.
Next up, you arrive at Don Mueang Airport, where you chill out for just a little bit. Then you get a little concerned because the plane hasn't shown up 15 minutes before boarding time, but in classic Southeast Asian style, everybody shows up and we're on the plane, and there we go.
So the next thing that's going to happen is you will land in Ranong. You're going to go directly onto the tarmac, which is actually hilarious. You get off the plane and thank the Lord that you actually landed. But then you're going to be faced with a few options. There's going to be buses, there's going to be vans, there's going to be trucks, and you're going to have to make a decision on what you want to do next.
We took the cheap route and hopped in a local man's pickup truck. I think the most popular option is getting on a bus at the airport that takes you directly to the pier, and then from the pier you get on a speedboat that takes you all the way to the island. In our case, we decided to check out Ranong for a night.
So waking up the next morning is when our real adventure began. Checked out of our hotel and walked to the street to find one of these buses that bring you up and down many of the local streets. It was 50 baht for the two of us, and it brought us almost all the way to the pier.
Once we arrived at the pier, we figured out that yet again Google had lied to us. We were hoping to take a slow boat ferry that cost 200 baht per person. When we showed up, we were told that it's no longer running today. It only runs at 10 a.m., not 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. like Google said. So we paid double the price, got on a speedboat, and got there in half the time.
The speedboat ride was actually super fun and super convenient, and we even managed to make a new furry friend on the way. But once we got to the island, in classic budget backpacker fashion, we decided since we paid so much extra for the speedboat that we should probably skip the tuk-tuk ride and walk with all of our gear all the way across the island to our resort. The tuk-tuk ride was going to be about 200 baht, so we decided, what the hell, let's save the money, get ourselves a little workout, and it ended up being really beautiful walk the whole way anyhow, so win-win, I guess.
Going at the sign. Oh,
We made it!
fucking A.
That wasn't horrible.
Look at this woman. But we made it. Yeah, reminiscing about it as I'm going through and putting the video together right now and feel nostalgic about it, to be honest.
It was probably one of the more special places that we've stayed. It was very peaceful, less touristy. We were one of very few people on most of the beaches that we went to. Usually it was just us and a few dogs running up and down the beach or sleeping in the shade.
Yeah, everywhere we went, I mean, it was really easy to find a stretch of beach where we were basically the only people there, and kind of striking how few people seemed to be around. I mean, we came straight from Bangkok, so obviously relative to that.
It was like a whole different planet.
So we took a gamble and just drove our scooter all the way to the end of the island.
Very northern tip.
Very northern tip, and kind of saw on our phone that there might be a beach here and was maybe a resort here, but we got here and it's basically just tons of abandoned stuff, but we found this amazing beach. And we're the only people here.
I think this was exactly what we were hoping for. It seemingly used to be a pretty nice resort, but there's nobody here. Locals might live here, so there's some clothes hanging up. But yeah, it's this nice little beach, and we're the only people here. I think we might have to change our plans today and just come back here and hang out on this beach.
Yeah, we haven't gotten kicked out yet, so I don't know. Nobody's upset that we're here, but yeah, it's pretty amazing, and yeah, it almost feels haunted or something. I don't know. But I'm happy we found it.
So we're here at our little cottage, little hut on Koh Phayam. There's not a ton of things to do, but one of the biggest things that at least the locals have told us is to go and see the hippie bar. We're not really sure what to expect, like a big ship or something, but we'll probably go there for just a drink. We've heard that it's worth the time to check out, so we're pretty excited.
Talking to a random Australian guy, and he goes, where have you been? I don't know. Started telling him some of the places we've been. He goes, have you been to the hippie bar? No, we haven't been there. He goes, worth a look.
This place is really fucking cool.
Yeah, to say we are blown away would be an understatement. I mean, this place is unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just one giant piece of art.
Yeah.
It's mind-blowing, to be honest with you. I don't know what I was expecting. I thought it would just be like a shack that was built out of bamboo or something.
And they would be playing like reggae music and whatever, but this is top notch, next level.
I think
This is so cool.
I think we've only explored like a third of it so far. It's like 3 or 4 stories and all these different little nooks that you can find and different places you can sit, and everything's tied together by fucking sea rope. It's out of this world.